If you've been wondering whether Winston-Salem is still affordable to buy a home in, you're not alone. And honestly, the answer isn't as simple as a yes or no. Prices have gone up, interest rates have changed, and what felt affordable a few years ago may feel very different today. So what I want to do is break this down in a real way so you can actually understand what's going on and what it means for you if you're thinking about buying. My name is Keon with Real Broker LLC. I live here, I work here, I help people buy and sell homes right here in the Triad. And I'm not here just to sell you another dream. I'm here to give you a full picture so you can make the right decision for you and your family. So whether you're making a move in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. I'm receiving calls and texts every day and I love it. My contact information is in the description box and I'm easy to reach. Now there are a lot of people that are confused right now. You have some folks saying that Winston-Salem is still one of the most affordable places to live. Then you got others saying that it's getting expensive. And the truth is, both are right, depending on your perspective. If you're coming from a bigger city, somewhere like Charlotte or Raleigh, or especially somewhere out of state, Winston-Salem can feel like a deal. I've worked with buyers who've moved here and they feel like they're getting more house for their money. More space, quieter neighborhoods, and a lower overall cost of living compared to where they came from. But if you've been here for a while, or you're a first-time home buyer trying to get in, it doesn't always feel that way. Because you're comparing today's prices to what things used to be, not what they cost somewhere else. And that's where the frustration comes in. I mean, just a few years ago, it wasn't hard to find a solid home in the low 200s. Not perfect, but definitely livable. Now those same homes are pushing in the high 200s or low 300s, and depending on the neighborhood, even higher. And I'm not exaggerating. So naturally, people are looking around like, wait, when did this happen? But here's the part that really changed the game. And it's not just prices, it's interest rates. Because even if prices had just gone up a little, higher rates have made monthly payments feel a lot heavier than what they used to. That's what's making things feel a lot less affordable for buyers right now. So when people ask, is Winston-Salem still affordable? What they're really asking is, will I still feel comfortable to afford a home here based on today's numbers? And the answer, it really depends on your income, your debt, and what kind of payment you're comfortable with every single month. Now here's the important part that I really want you to hear. Winston-Salem hasn't suddenly become an overpriced market. It's just matured. More people are moving here, more people are discovering it, and when demand goes up, prices follow. That's happening all over, not just here. And compared to other cities in North Carolina, Winston-Salem is still relatively affordable. You're still getting more space, more character, and a little more breathing room in your budget compared to other places like Charlotte or Raleigh. But that doesn't automatically mean it feels more affordable for you personally. And that distinction matters. Because affordability isn't just about the price of the home. It's about how the payment fits into your life. Some people are okay stretching a little to get the house that they want. And others, they want to stay well within their comfort zone and not feel stressed every month. There's no right or wrong, but you have to be honest about where you fall. And this is where I see a lot of people get stuck. They're waiting for prices to drop, or they're hoping that rates will come down, and they end up sitting on the sidelines longer than what they planned. Meanwhile, the market keeps moving. Maybe not as fast as before, but it's still moving. I've had conversations with people who waited thinking that things would get cheaper, and a year later, they're looking at the same type of house for more money or a higher payment. And then I've seen others who actually take the time to understand their numbers, make a smart move, and get into something that works for them, even in this market. That's why I always tell people, don't try to time the market perfectly. Focus on timing that works for your life. If the numbers make sense for you, and you're planning on staying for a while, then there's still opportunity here. Now let's talk about what that actually looks like in Winston-Salem right now. You might have to adjust your expectations a little. Maybe it's not the fully updated home in your first choice neighborhood right away. Maybe it's something slightly outside the center, or a home that needs a little cosmetic work. And honestly, a lot of buyers are winning with that approach. They're getting into the market, building equity, and putting themselves in a better position long term instead of waiting for the perfect scenario that may or may not come. At the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you should buy no matter what. If buying right now will stretch you too thin or make you uncomfortable financially, then it might not be the right move just yet. And that's okay. The goal isn't just to buy a house. The goal is to do it in a way that actually makes sense for your life. But if you're close, if you're trying to figure out what you can actually afford in Winston-Salem right now, or whether it still makes sense to buy here, that's where having a real conversation can help clear things up quickly. Because what you see online and what's actually possible for you can be very different. There are still opportunities out here, but you got to know where you fit into this market and how to approach it. So if you've been thinking about buying or even just trying to figure out what's your next move, feel free to call or text me. We can talk through your situation, your budget, and what you're looking for, and then give you a clear, honest breakdown of what looks right for you right now. No pressure, just real information so you can make the right decision for yourself and your family.